Hello everyone, I've just got back from Legionary 2025, which is the Exmouth Imperials War Games show, which they hold at the Matford Centre in Exeter each year. And I came back with this superb warband. It's intended for Saga, the Age of Chivalry. So I'm going to do a separate video on the show, but I really think that this warband and the person who painted them and sold them to me, which was Pirate Rich Paints, so that's Richard Newton of Pirate Rich Paints, they really deserve a separate video all to themselves. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll show them again on another video, but I really wanted to just make a separate video about these figures because they are fabulous. It's unusual for me to purchase painted figures, really. The weird and kind of wonderful connection, though, is that I have got some painted figures from the brush of Bill Brewer, who used to be in the South London Warlords. He had a shop in Peckham Rye back in the 1970s, and by a strange coincidence, I purchased painted figures from him for a while, and they were also of individual knights and figures from the 100 Years' War, which is what these are. I think that's really sort of fitting, sort of addition to my collection of figures now, because both Richard Newton, where you can just see the standard level of his painting, his craftsmanship, and Bill Brewer passed away a long time ago, but he has lent his name to the one of the trophies that for the painting competitions that Salute each year, and I think these figures are on a sort of level with the work that Bill Brewer used to do for commission painting. So go along to Pirate Rich's YouTube channel. He's got two channels. The one that I was aware of is called Pirate Rich Paints, but he's now got a new one called Pirate Rich Plays. Subscribe to both. Go to his, I think he's just opened up a website, but buy from him because it's really good value. And that is the other thing that when I asked him how much this group was, he said £250, but we're doing a show price of £160, which was saving him £90. So I just agreed to the sale immediately, and unfortunately for Richard, he has invoked the ire of Gripping Beast, because the show price of £160 was meant to be for Partisan next week. He was supposed to be taking these figures with him to Partisan, and he's under pressure now to paint another warband. I don't know if he'll be able to manage it in a week. So he's in trouble with what do they call the guy at Gripping Beast? The Lord or something. He's got a formidable name that they all know him by, and Rich is in trouble with him. But their loss is my gain, as you can see. So I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit and try and give you a little bit of a closer look at them. They're all front rank figures. I recognise some of them as being in my collection already. But I purchased mine when Front Rank were a separate company, but they're now marketed through Gripping Beast, as you know. And Rich does a lot of painting for Gripping Beast, and his work is often featured in the Saga Wargames rules, and maybe Sword Point as well. But Gripping Beast use him to paint their figures and to advertise their figures. So you will have seen his work online and in rule books and possibly in magazines as well. And again, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure whether these are meant to be English or French. They have the look of English, but of course there's no Bowman here. I think you could use them for either, and I don't play a lot of Saga nowadays. It's not a game that's suitable for solo play, but when I saw these, I had in mind that there's a skirmish game coming out set in the 100 Years' War called Ecorcher, which will also be sold through Gripping Beast, I think. And they're perfect for that. And I could also use them for Brethren, which is the skirmish war game that I'm quite keen on, as you know. But anyway, it's mainly a thank you and a shout out to Pirate Rich Paints, and to show you off the sort of principal purchase that I made at Legionary. But I'm now going to turn the camera off and make another video on the subject of the Legionary Wargame Show. So keep an eye out for that. Thanks for watching.